y'all. This is Drunk in the Sun with Joe and Tom. Guess what?
We're going to get drunk and talk about everything under the sun.
Show about anything under the sun.
We didn't do that. All right, let's do it.
This episode is fire. Check us out every week on YouTube,
Instagram,
Facebook,
and Spotify.
Oh, shit. Coming at you every week.
First of all, this is for entertainment. We're not educational.
Yeah.
We're not.
If you're coming to get your education from us, you are clearly misguided.
Exactly.
But check us out. We're the show about anything and everything under the sun. Check us out. I'll show up. Like, what are you doing in there? He's like, I swear to God.
Swear to me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's legit.
I don't think it's legit either. Hey, what up, y'all, man? This is Drunk in the Sun with John. I said John? With John? No, it's Tom. Tom and Joe. God damn, how drunk am I? Hey, guys. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just drinking. Screaming, I deserve this. What did he deserve? Fuck.
Like and subscribe so you get the notifications when we do drop something. Probably pretty fucking lame. But anyways, check it out. Drunk in the Sun, a podcast about anything and everything under the sun. Yeah, I just remember during that at the beginning, the notes that I took down were, what's your dream idea? I was like, dream?
Yeah, so, well, I had the most horrifying, terrifying. This dream, dude, I can't get out of the mind. And it fucking makes me cry when I think about it. And I'm going to tell it right now. I don't care.
Oh, shit.
So, I had the most horrifying dream in the world. So, okay, this is what happened.
But you blame it on me, you say.
No, I blame it on our podcast. Because what happened was I watched the Apocalypse show that night,
Yeah.
right? And the part that I guess got in my brain was when you go, do you want to be known about the apocalypse or not? Would you rather be ignorant to the fact? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'd rather be ignorant. I still, to this day, agree with that. So I went to bed, and this dream is so real, it's still in my fucking head. So in the dream, and this was crazy about the dream, this dream time lapses.
Okay.
It legit like time lapses, like months at a time.
Yeah.
So what happened was, in my dream, me, my wife, my kids, my family, my friends, my mom, everybody I knew was in this one room. We're like in a building. We're in this building. And in front of us, you know how you have buildings with like fucking big ass windows, like for a wall, basically a window for a wall. And that was there. And everybody was in this room because I don't remember what country it was, but a country had declared that it was going to send a nuclear attack America. Okay. On a certain day. Oh wow! So everybody in the country, like did what you said, like either partied, hunkered down, got together, whatever. And so it happens that I was in a building with like everybody I loved, and people I didn't know were in this building, and the whole time, like the news is going on saying like fucking this is it, they're gonna do it, and I remember distinctly me and my mom specifically going, nah, they're not going to do shit. It's just all scare tactic.
Just like the show.
It's all scare tactic, right? And all of a sudden, you hear boom, and you can see in the glass, you see the mushroom cloud.
Oh, fuck.
And then you see it coming towards it. And these colors were vibrant. Like, I'm talking like a fucking vibrant pink, purple, yellow, orange just coming at you. And everybody around me starts screaming and yelling and running. And I just go, fuck. Because before it got to me, the wave was coming, and I could see people getting hit by it and disintegrating, right? Shit. So as it was getting near to me, and this is what's fucked up about this dream was, as this is coming near me, I'm terrified, and I feel like this is it. I'm dead. I'm done. I'm dead. Every thought that could go through your brain, like if you just imagine sitting at home and thinking, I'm dying right now. Like just imagine this is it. No more anything. This is it. You're dead. All those, like, it was real as fuck, and all those fears were just boiling in me. And as it kept coming to, because you have it goes out, and that's coming towards me. Yeah, I go, and in my dream I go, fuck, and I close my eyes because I'm like, I'm dead. So I close my eyes, and then nothing happens, and then I open my eyes. When I open them, the bomb's done. everybody around me in the room is either disintegrated or burning charred corpses.
Fuck.
Right? And I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
And I'm like, everybody's dead. And I'm in a dream, I'm crying, and I know I was crying in my like sleep crying, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my daughter's dead, my wife's dead, my mom's dead, my friends are dead, everybody's dead, right? So this is when the dream starts getting crazy because it time lapses. And then it starts time lapsing, and it's basically like a movie. Like I'm seeing like a month later, like, and I'm searching America because there are survivors.
Yeah.
And they're in hospitals. Most of the survivors are in hospitals because they're dying of radiation poison.
Yeah.
Cancer is killing them.
Yeah.
They're dying like cancer, and they're just dying off. So I search. I'm searching. Months go by, and I'm searching. And then and then in one of the hospitals, I find my daughter.
Oh, wow.
And she's in a bed, and she's like, Daddy. And I'm like, oh! And like, it was just so joyous. I was so happy. Like, oh my God, I found you. You know, I love you to death. You're not dead. You're not dead. Right? So then it starts time lapsing some more. But in my dream, I'm watching the time lapse go, and my daughter die in the bed because she's got the radiation poison.
Yeah. But
so
how do
dies.
you not? Do you not have it?
I do not have it.
Wow.
I don't know why.
It's your dream.
It's my dream.
Yeah.
But I'm watching her. But all the heartache
Mm-hmm.
as I watch, because I remember watching her in the hospital bed, like her last breath taken.
Shit.
As I'm watching this, and I'm like,
I would have woke up by now. I would have woke
that's
up.
when she dies in my dream, I start crying, and I'm just hugging her and just losing my shit because I'm like, I lost you once, I found you, and now I lost you again.
Yeah.
And that's when I woke up. I woke up like, ah! And I'm just crying.
Oh,
just
shit.
uncontrollably. Because I'm like,
fuck.
This is the most horrific dream I've ever had in my life. And it was so real. Like, it was like it fucking happened.
That is crazy.
So, with that being said, I don't know what caused that dream. I'm blaming our podcast because last thing I watched was shit about apocalypse, about death, destruction. What would I do? You know?
Well, I guess you saw what you would do.
Yeah, it was fucked up though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be.
And that's what gets me about dreams. Like, what's so fucked about dreams are like, are they windows to the future? Are they windows to, like, Doctor Strange in the multiverse?
They talk about it being another dimension.
Another dimension,
Seeing
like
the other dimension.
Wouldn't it be fucked up?
That would be fucked up because I've had dreams. I had a dream back when I don't even know when I was really young, but it stuck with me to this day, even though it's not as scary and as terrifying as yours was.
That was horrific.
But to me, this was a nightmare when I was a kid, right? And I was at my parents' house, and it was just everything was legit. Like, it was one of those dreams that feel real. Probably like yours. Yours probably felt real.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, man. I'm just playing in the front yard by the fence, my neighbor's fence. There was just like a regular farm fence with posts, right? Property line. And I look over. I'm right by the fence, and I look over, and I see this, what I guess was a wolf. Like, it looked like, say, I, at that time, drew what I thought a wolf looked like, but that picture was reality.
Oh, shit.
On the other side of the fence, I had, like, this really weird long snout and shit, and I look over, and I'm like, oh, shit, and I remember just being so terrified, and I run, and it cuts away like a movie, and it shows me, like, running from the fence to where the door is, but in the background you can see the wolf running around the fence to chase me, and it chases me into the house, up my stairs, right? And I'm like cowering in the corner of the first room upstairs, and it's getting bigger and bigger, like a werewolf.
Really?
Like, but it still looks weird and cartoony-esque.
Yeah.
And that's when I woke up from that. It scared the shit out of me. I can still remember it like I had it last night. It's just stuck with me that long. It was fucked up.
That is fucked up.
But
yeah, dreams are fucked up because I don't understand the meaning of any of them. Usually I have a reoccurring nightmare. I usually have reoccurring nightmares. And what usually happens is it usually boils down to like three groups. Usually what it is I'm in like a wilderness setting, like a mountain setting, and I'm in like a ravine, right? And I'm always at this top of the ravine going, trying to get through this valley and over here. But every time it's because I'm being chased, and like it's like modern people trying to chase me, but it's usually either bikers and gang members, like dirty, dingy fucks, trying to kill me for some fucking reason, or it's vampires.
Okay.
And it's always those two. It's never anything else. It's always those two. And fucking what always happening is I always fucking get chased by them, but I start eluding them through the forest.
Yeah.
And then when I get down to the bottom of the valley is always where their camp is at.
Oh, shit.
So it's always where they're always at. And then I have to sneak around their fucking camp. Every fucking time. Usually I get halfway past them, and then someone sees me, and I'm like, fuck! So I'm like climbing up a fucking the other side of the mountain, right? And usually by the time I get to the top of the mountain, there's always somebody there in a car who takes me away. It's usually my dad. It's usually my dad, my brother, or friends. Mm-hmm. That's usually who it is. It's nobody else. It's usually those three: either friends, my brother, or my dad. Huh. And when I get in the car, I'm like, go! And they're like, let's go. And usually they take me on a fucking highway, and the highway ain't your normal highway. It's like fucking Dr. Seussville, because it's like the highway like goes up and down, up and down like a roller coaster. And usually whoever's driving is fucking cruising, so they're like fucking jetting, and I'm like holding tight, like fuck, and they fucking fly off. They fly off of it, and then fucking land, boom, and they go up the other side, boom, boom, and I'm just going fuck, slow down. And they're always like, you want to get there, don't you? I'm like, yes, but safely. And that's usually how that goes. So that's usually the nightmare I have all the time.
Shit.
Those are usually the ones that usually get me.
Man.
But dreams kill me in such a way when they become so real. Yeah. Because like when I was locked up in the joint, I'd have dreams all the time where I was getting out.
Oh yeah?
Like I was getting out, dude. Dude, every fucking week. Every week, at least 3 or 4 times a week, I had the same dream. It was, hey, get out, you're getting out. And they fucking give me my shit, and I hit the gate, and I get out the gate, and I go, and I'm kicking it with people. I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. And all of a sudden, boom, lights come on. Chow! I'm like, what the fuck? I look around, and I'm still fucking stuck. I'm still in prison. Like, that happened a lot.
That sucks.
That happened a lot, man.
I had one of those dreams just right before you said, let's talk about dreams. I had a dream that was so fucking realistic that I thought it was real. Yeah. And then I woke up and I was surprised. Because, like, the dream was, I work for the job that I work. For some reason, my wife works for them, too. And I'm at this one place where, you know where it is, but a childhood friend that lived really close to my house, for some reason, Elise was doing something there in a dish uniform in a cable uniform.
I was like, dish uniform? What are you talking about? Like dishwashing.
In a
cable uniform.
No,
cable
jumpsuit. We'll say in a one of the job uniforms like I wear, and I'm like, oh man, she works here too. What the fuck? And she's talking to some people, whatever, loading some pallets onto the back of the van. I don't know, and like it's in the morning when I'm supposed to be clocking in with my phone. And I just never do it. Mm. And I go to this other place, and it was just the weirdest thing. Like, I was all done up, and I had the truck and everything going places. And then at one point, there towards the end, it was like 2 o'clock, but it looked like it was like morning or something like that. But it was like 2 p.m.
Really?
And I was like, fuck, I didn't clock in. And that's what freaked me out to wake up. I thought it was real. And then I went for the phone. I was like, I gotta clock in.
And that's when you realized it was a dream.
That's when I realized it was a dream. But the weirdest thing was, that morning when I checked my schedule, I didn't work. They had given me the whole weekend off because some bullshit that had happened earlier. And they're like, oh yeah. I was like, judging from my schedule, I still have a job, but yeah, thanks, whatever. And they're like, yeah, thank you for what you went through the other day. So they gave me the whole week off. After I had that fucking nightmare. I was like, oh shit, I gotta clock in.
Damn.
Nope. Damn. So I was like, thank God.
Damn, dude, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's crazy because there are times where I've had nightmares and I wake up and I go back in, and this is what's fucked up with my brain, because once I realize it's a dream, I try to go back to sleep and I try to re-enter into that dream. Like,
if it's a cool dream.
Well, normally it's not, but...
But you try to...
But I try to go back into it so I can control it. So I can see if I can control it. I do that every time. And sometimes it works. Sometimes I go back into the dream and I'm right back in it where I started. When I left off. And I can control what's going on. That's when I get the superpowers. And I'm actually able to fight. Because a lot of times when you fight in a dream, you're like exerting energy.
Yeah.
Well, I've been able to knock people out in my dreams, but I wake up fatigued as fuck.
For real?
Like I feel like I've ran a marathon.
So maybe you are crossing over to another reality.
Sometimes I think so, dude.
Because
sometimes I think so because I'm telling you, because there's times where I go back and when I wake up like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like if I have a nightmare, again, a lot of times they deal with vampires and bikers trying to kill me. And this is a fact.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, just a dream. And then I go back, and then as I'm trying to fall back to sleep, I start thinking about the dream I had.
Yeah.
Trying to get back into it. And sometimes I get back into it, sometimes I don't. And a lot of times when I get in fights in my dreams, I realize that it's a dream, and that's when I'm able to fuck them up.
Real. Oh.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times I'll hit something. Like a lot of times I'll fucking crack someone, and they'll be like this. And they'll be like, ha ha ha.
That's typically how it is.
Right, but then I'm like, no, fuck this, and I usually take control, and I've knocked people out in my dreams.
See, that's one.
But when I wake up, I'm more lethargic. My body is fatigued. My body's fatigued, like I've been running a marathon and shit.
Because maybe your body is like
it's
responding.
I think so.
Yeah,
or I'm entering another realm.
Maybe you could. I'm not going to deny that because that. I mean, that's really weird that you have dreams in general, anyways.
Yes.
So like, I'm not going to deny it unless something can prove that that's not what's happening.
Right.
I'll be like, okay, because
that's why I would love to do a study, like a dream study, because here's another weird fact about my dreams.
Okay.
I've only had probably, I know 3 for a fact, but let's just say 5 wet dreams in my life, right?
Oh, yeah.
3 of those was when I was locked up.
Well, yeah. Okay.
No, I take it back. All of them. Because I don't remember having a wet dream outside of prison or jail.
Yeah.
I really don't. Because I remember the first time I had a wet dream, dude, this is how long it took. I was 23.
Jesus.
Never had a wet dream before. When you wake up and you actually have cum in your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to town. Right? And where I was 23 in county jail.
Yeah.
So I luckily I woke up on fucking like change your fucking, because you have laundry day.
Yeah.
Right? And you only get you get one pair of fucking pants, right? And I remember I woke up, I'm like, fuck, that was awesome. I'm like,
no!
Oh no! I'm surrounded by dudes, right? And I'm like, fucking Christ. Like, so, and what I did is I got all my sheets and my blankets. I put it down by like here.
Yeah.
And then I got my shit. I gave them the blankets and shit and got my shit and went and changed and then gave them my dirty shit. I was like, fuck, thank God I got away with it. Nobody noticed it, right?
Yeah.
Nobody noticed it. And and then when I went to when I finally got to the penitentiary, fucking, like my first week there, I think it was my first week or 2 weeks there, I had one, and I'm telling you, dude, like when I splooged, like it was like a faucet went off. Like shit just going pow! And I woke up like, oh! I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get rid of this. Luckily in the joint, you get more than one pair of pants. Yeah. So I was able to I wrapped all my shit up because it was so fucked up because I had fucking, I had all my shit in my fucking pajamas and shit, and I fucking had not pajamas, but my fucking blues because I didn't have pajamas. You didn't have pajamas. I slept in my blues and my shorts and shit like that. And it was so embarrassing, dude. But I was able to do it.
It was always embarrassing.
Now, those are the only times I remember, and I did it another time. I want to say 2 more times, but I was locked up.
Yeah.
Like, outside of being locked up, I've never had it.
Huh.
So I don't know if it was the smell of guys' asses and feet that made me jizz. And I'm like, I hope not. I hope not. You know? Because I'm not homosexual.
Yeah.
But that makes me wonder, like, why would you dream about that only in that situation?
I think when you've told me that off camera, and I think it's just the fact that you were locked up. Like, that's something you weren't getting. You're like, man, I could really go for this now. Well, here you go, Tom.
Yeah. It was embarrassing.
Now, I don't know if it's normal or not, but I still can have them. I still have them now and then.
I haven't had one since.
I remember the last one I had. I can't remember anything that happens during it. But the last one I had, I woke up and I was like, Elise, I just jizzed on your leg.
Really?
Yeah.
What's she like?
She's like, oh God. She wasn't like pissed or anything. She's like, oh yeah? I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And I went down and cleaned myself up and shit. But that was the last one I had.
Yeah, I haven't had one since, man. I've had like dreams, like sexual dreams, but this was even more. This is how I know, like, this is how I know my discipline is well intact. Because I have had dreams where, like, I've been in, like, I'm married in my dreams.
Yeah.
And some woman hits on me.
Yeah.
And is, like, grabbing my shit and trying to do shit to me. And in my dreams, I stop them.
That's awesome.
And I say, no, I can't, I'm married. And, like, and then I get in a fight with this chick, usually. And fucking, I'm like, no, get off me! And they fucking, but it always happens. Like, it's like they're getting ready to do something. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. In my dream.
But they're like, yes.
Yeah, they try.
Yeah.
But I have to like shove them off. Like, get off me! And because I'm like trying to be true to my marriage.
Yeah.
And that's why I know I'm not gonna fucking cheat in real life.
That's awesome.
Because if I can do it in my dream,
exactly,
I can do it in real life easily.
Yeah.
Because the dream is like
unconscious.
You're like, oh, what's happening? But not me. I'm like, fuck, get off me, bitch! I'm like, I'm married.
That's one thing though that you touched on earlier. Everybody comes into things and have talked about dreams like, oh, and I started doing this because I could control it, or I realized it was a dream. I have never been able to control anything in any of my dreams.
I have. And I've had dreams, like another reoccurring dream that I have is when I think is in my dreams, I'm able to like move shit with my mind. In fact, it's so realistic that when I wake up, I think I can move shit with my mind. And I cannot. But in my dream, I'm like, and I'm like using, and I can feel like it's weird because I can feel like my brain working. Like this part of my brain working. And it's like, it's happening. This is the key. And it's almost like, you know what part to use, Tom. Do it when you wake up. But I can't do it when I wake up.
Well,
see?
Because you forget.
I can't
you
do
forget
it.
what part?
No, it's back here. It always tingles. It always tingles back here.
But how do you know to unlock that part of your brain when you're awake?
Because it's the same as my dream. I can feel it. Like you can feel it. It's like a tingling. It's like a tingling in the back of your brain. And I have that a lot where I'll wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I was able to levitate shit. And it's usually telekinesis, not telepathy, but telekinesis.
Okay.
And fucking, I wake up and it's so real. And I'm like, I can do it. And then I try it and it doesn't work.
Just the fact that your mind is able to trick you so badly.
That's what I'm saying.
That you feel like something is real, even if it's outlandish.
Dude, because you feel your emotions.
Yeah.
You feel like everything is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck?
But that's the thing. Like, I don't dream very often at all.
Like that you know of.
That
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I dream every night.
They say that you dream probably all the time, but if you're so deep in sleep or whatever, you don't remember.
You remember it, right?
So I don't remember most of my dreams. That one about work that I talked about was the first dream I could remember in forever.
Really?
Yeah, for like at least a year probably.
Yeah, the apocalypse one just happened like this week.
Yeah. So did the work one just happened like 3 days ago.
The reoccurring one happens every month.
Every too often.
Every month, at least 2 or 3 weeks a month. Like it happens all the time, and I remember it. And like I wake up and I'm like, oh my God,
never had one.
That's my reoccurring one. Is usually I'm getting attacked by vampires or bikers, or I'm able to do the telekinesis shit.
I can't.
You still remember him?
I can't remember the topic, but I remember at one point I had a very similar dream multiple times, but I can't remember what it was about. But I guess I probably have had recurring dreams that I can remember. But it's so fucked up that like they go away so fast. Like if you remember it, then if you don't like concentrate and think about it, it'll go away.
Yeah.
And they just vanish. I don't know why do they vanish out of your memory?
I don't know, because I've had ones like that where I wake up and I remember it
a little bit,
and then I will forget it.
Yeah.
There's that. That's a fact.
Yeah. Speaking of though, I do remember another one that I had recently, so maybe it wasn't as long ago. It's still fucked up though. I think it was because I was watching Loki, and what happened was, leave it to my brother. He had opened a portal at the crossroads at my parents' house, and this demon had come out of it and was like pacing the crossroads, and I could see the demon. We could see the demon.
Oh,
like it was
shit.
Gigantic. It was like a bloodthirster out there, you know? If you know what that is.
Nobody knows what that is. It's from Warhammer.
Yeah, but it was out there. But
Henry Cavill knows what that is.
It didn't have wings, but it looked like the rest of it, and it was like walking around out there. And then like I was transported in like Highland North's gymnasium,
Really?
and I was looking for Elise, and I couldn't find her. And then I wanted to find her, and we're just like hanging out, and I'm like, "There's a fucking demon out there." And I remember thinking that in my head, and I was like, "Why are we not worried about this?" But it was really weird. It wasn't like I maybe woke up because of it, but like it's weird that your body reacts so differently because like there's some dreams that when you think about it after it wakes you up and you're scared, like why the fuck was I scared of that? Because I've had
and I know why I'm scared. I'm scared of the world or anything.
Well, no, I've had dreams.
My blood sucked.
I've had dreams to where it scared me in the dream, but then when I wake up and think about it, I was like, that wasn't scary. Why was I scared about that?
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've also had dreams where I've died in my dreams.
I've never...
And everybody says when you die in your dream, you die in real life. And that's false. Because I remember a few times... Yeah, but I remember a few times, like, a lot, and it's usually with gunshots. Like, I remember being shot in the head, in the fucking head.
Fuck.
And fucking like, and I could feel the liquid on my face, right? But then then my spirit lifted, and I saw myself in my dream.
Yeah,
I'm a ghost watching myself die, and this is another one I've had numerous times too. But I just sit there and I watch everything transfold, and I just sit there and watch it. Like I don't go anywhere.
Like,
but I see my body, and then like in reality. In reality, I literally can feel like the liquid on my face.
I've been
it's weird as fuck, man.
I've been in situations like that too, where I can feel whatever's happening. It's fucking crazy.
Like I've been bit by vampires in my dreams, and I can feel the blood like
go down your neck,
like leaving. I can feel like coursing, and like the pinching feeling, like you would. Like I felt that numerous times too.
That's crazy.
But those are just dreams I remember. And,
exactly.
I've probably had numerous times. That's why I remember them.
Yeah.
Because I can't pinpoint when, but I know I've had them.
Yeah.
I've had them numerous. Because normally with the gunshot ones, I'm digging my own grave, and then they shoot me because I'm a gangster, and fucking I'm digging my own grave, and then it could be an outlaw because it's happened as. Like me and a gangster, like a mafia gangster, and an outlaw gang, like Billy the Kid gangster, right? And I'm usually digging my own shit, and they're like, fucking digging. And I'm like, no, don't do it, don't. I'm like, I swear to God, I won't do it again. And then, pow! They blow my face off. And then I'm just sitting and I can feel it coursing. And I watch them above me doing their thing. And then my spirit leaves my body. And I usually turn around as I go up, and I'm watching everything underneath me. It's fucking wild, dude.
That's crazy.
The human mind is fucked up.
It is crazy, especially when it comes to dreams.
Yeah, and there's got to be an explanation for it, or there's not. Maybe it's just fucking. It's our brain reacting to things that we are conditioned to, things that we fear,
shit that we've seen,
or things that we've seen.
Movies,
because gangster shit, me digging a hole, that's definitely a movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I've never done that in real life.
Yeah, you've seen shit like that.
Yeah.
I've never done it. Yeah, exactly. I've never seen a demon walking around the crossroads, but probably
seen it on movies.
So
it's crazy.
You never know.
That's what makes me wonder, like, what did people from the Old West dream about? Or, like, people, or the 1700s in England, or Victorian times, or the Black Plague times.
They're all very similar, but...
They're probably fears.
Setting.
Probably fears and pleasures.
Yeah. It's probably all it is. Just like any emotion. Like your wants and needs and fears and all that shit. It's just your mind dwelling on it as you sleep, and it concocts this crazy-ass story for you.
That makes sense.
So you're like, oh shit. Like because I have noticed that, like, if I'm thinking about something or if I'm really into something before I go to sleep, chances are I have a dream similar to that or a dream about that. I've seen that happen. And like you say about you want to go back to a dream and think about it and you get back
that's what
there.
I do. That's how I get back.
Exactly. And I think...
But usually when I get back to it, I'm more powerful.
Well,
like I'm able to run. I know it's a dream. It's crazy, dude.
You've been able to unlock the code and be like, oh, it's a dream. I can do this.
That's why I wish somebody would do a study on me. Pay me to do a study, and I would be gladly to sit there and get paid to sleep. Pay me to sleep. I'm down.
I think anybody that watches this show would be okay with getting paid to sleep.
I think so too.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Well, I ain't got nothing else to add to that.
I think we're good.
Because it's all speculation at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was it. Another Drunk of the Sun podcast about anything and everything under the sun. We did it again. We're doing it again. We do it all the time. Check us out on Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, and YouTube, Facebook too. Don't forget about that fucking shit. Peace, bitches. Dream a little dream for me. Thanks for tuning in, Drunk of the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody like and subscribe.
Thank you all for subscribing and liking from Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun.
So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. We're posting new shit every week.
See ya.